Good afternoon. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals IGP. Greetings from the Good afternoon. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals IGP. Thank you all for joining with us and staying with us till the end. Honorable knowledge seekers, today I am your host for the afternoon. My name is Jannat Bhuria. I am from Bangladesh. Dear knowledge seekers, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP, a pure non-profit organization, is a social and ISO certified international education and training institute. In the last 3 years, we have already served 35 million knowledge seekers from the 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus professions and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professions IGP and ISO 1 2015 and 10,000 to 2018 is the training facility for skill development which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global level market by providing professional qualification. The Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. We serve students and community resources providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one's skill just by acquiring formal education, so we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, and internationally to students, job seekers, job holders, and also for learners to respective campus, location, and distance learning platforms. We are an occupational and dependable institution. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminars, course awards, quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for like creating our portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and what knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge, which can update all. Kids learning, game websites, free courses, conversations, and many more. We help to empower youth to learn to meet their expectations and dreams and become highly skilled people. We implement several training programs, webinars, and offline or online courses for youth and learners by professional trainers, speakers, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe that knowledge is love, light, and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and serve them with good research and practice methods. We must have a genuine concern for the learners. We represent more diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP members are committed to offering effective, best quality services and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill levels and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already 1,564 webinars successfully won. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 1,564 webinars successfully won. Dear IGP speakers, participants, and evolution, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We changed and designed our website www.edoigp.com. On the website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all of our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our services. So create your account for once with your proper information. Note that with your proper information, you will enjoy all features with this data. You cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We place you have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified e-certificates. Now it's easier and time oriented because after the session, we will not provide you with any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you passed, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate. If you are a host of an IGP, you can download your certificate of gratitude. If you are an online quiz competition winner, you can download your certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in any award function which organized combined support with IGP, you can download that also. You can instantly prepare and download 18 types of instant certificates from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influencer during the pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activities during the pandemic. Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2020, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2021, Certificate of IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2022. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1 Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2 Teaching English as a Foreign Language and Assessment. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3 Digital Classroom Engagement Case. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4 The Trends in New Education. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5 Upskilling Organization, Leadership and Managerial Skill. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6 Trends and Innovation in Mathematics Education. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7 Research and Comprehensive Approach. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8 Art in Teaching a Special Program in the Arts. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9 21st Century Tools in Teaching Mathematics. Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1000 plus international level quizzes with verified e-certificates. Teaching tips for teachers, health tips for parents, health tips for teens. Gamification tools for teachers, you can also join IGP Alumni. You can check out our 50 plus premium services website for free. and many more. Dear IGP Malaysia, we promised previously but lack of technical issues we are late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous credentials. We solved all issues from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password and everything. You can check your dashboard for all webinar detail. It's cordial request to you to check all buttons and badges on our website. Surely I can. Thank you, but note that without an account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our services. At present, we are going to start 1565 program name using MS Excel in research. Our today's speaker, Ma'am Nada Ratko. Before I hand over to the stage to Ma'am, I want to share a very little about our speaker. Professor, educator, trainer, writer, researcher. Now is a very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Now is a very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am.
Very good evening. Greetings from Croatia. Honored and grateful to be here today in this great session. I want to thanks to the Institute of Global Professionals for this opportunity. Uh, to our great founder Kaushik, because really the Institute of Global Professionals are making all of us educators, entrepreneurs, any field a big
Thank you,
change
ma'am. Nice to
makers.
meet you. Over to you.
Today, my topic is using MS Excel in research. Why I choose this topic. I'm coming from the university and from the high school. I work at the University of Economics Business Tourism Split, like assistant professor in the quantitative department of quantitative methods, and my subjects are statistics, business statistics, econometrics on the university, and also a professor in a high vocational school. Today, using MS Excel, we know that the Excel is one part from the Office Excel. Why not using 365? Because still for statistics, still for us, there are no all opportunities like in this Office of MS Excel. What to say here? I want to say that research is always, this quote is very important. Research is to see what everybody else has seen and to think that what nobody else has thought. That is very important because we know today there's so many researchers on the same topic, but like a researcher, we always try to find something new to give our contribution. That is very important, giving the opportunity, giving something new, or we are continuing somebody's invention, innovation. So what is the rudiment of the research? We always need to first learn. So this is the very basic part. Even you are in the high school, even you are in the university, even you are working anywhere. For you, it is very important. This method of learning, the researching, investigating, always something new. All the project-based learning tasks. Using flip classroom, anything today, you need to make a research. Today, uh, statistic is something like, if you have the knowledge of statistic, it is the same like writing today. And how can you read newspaper? How can you interpret the percent? What it means that the inflation grow rapidly 8% or something like that. So we really need to be user friendly with the numbers. For us, the number is a big information, and we will see today. I will go through this. First, I will go very quickly through the part of research, and then we will go on the Microsoft Excel and how can we implement it in our work. I will say that making and using this MS Excel, it is something like making a blood test because we know today we can have great data, we can have great variables, but if there is no correlation, if there is no correlation between them, how will be the connection, how will be the link on that? So uh, that is very important, that is very important. I always say to my student, yes, we need to collect the data, but let us make first the testing Excel. Let us see the main things like the mean, like the mode, like the median. Let us first check the part of descriptive statistics, then we are going on the inferential statistics, and we know if we have a bigger sample, that our research will be better if we talk about the qualitative research, because if we talk about the quantitative research, if we are doing a qualitative research, we know that we need to contact a lot of literature, we need to read a lot, because we cannot make a good research without contacting the literature. So, coming from Europe, coming from Croatia, I want to say that I'm really a proud woman working in the STEM, in science, and technology, innovation. That is something what is fulfilling me. And being a woman, maybe somebody will say it is harder, even there is a big gap between a man and woman still in the research. That is not frustrating me, so we are doing our best, and we are giving our grade. Like example, how we start and what we do first, how to motivate and inspire the students. We know that we have so many important dates uh, in celebrating the science. So, like example for women, we have an International Day of Women and Girls in Science. We give them a big respect. We give respect to all these great women from all around the globe, from the history till today. So. I am motivating my student. We are doing a lot of things in the STEM part, virtual exhibitions, competitions. So we really need to do a lot. Like example here, this is one. This scientist. She's still alive, and here my student get a honor. She get a honor too, to write and to present her. So that is something you need to do, and you need to have that in yourself today to motivate your students. And I will say that we have so many STEM in Europe. We have so many discovery campaigns. We have the scientists group, so many conferences, so many collaborations. So that is very important to do this work. But for everything what we do, we need to have a plan. That is the same for making a research. If we have a good plan, we already make a half of our work. But we know that the research has a main frame. So how can it start? We always need to start with the questions. From the questions, we are defining our hypothesis. We need to have an aim and objectives. And what is our type of design? How we will design our research. So the main components are the conceptualization. Conceptualization is always covering the questions. We have the methodology. What type of methodology? How we will describe and what will be the approach of our research and when we are defining the questions, making the review, evaluation, and synthesis. Synthesis are going, so even it needs to be related to your topic. And a big communication, when we say communication, it can be a communication between you can do it with you can be alone, but if you have your authors, you have your colleagues, you will all it is better way to communicate to us, because maybe sometimes you have a great idea, but you are not on the way, you are not on the right way. You are not on the right way. So think about that. We cannot make research without the methods, tools, and techniques. And that is the only way how we can get the information. So we always have big challenges. Everything for us when we start is a big challenge. Today, also, this event is a big challenge because we started our host didn't have a good network, so we don't hear her. So everything for us is a challenge, whatever we do. So we never don't know what will happen in that way. So let us start first from defining the research. We know that I always use this definition. This definition is for me the best because it is really involving everything in few words. Is we are defining what is a research, so we need to describe, explain, predict, and control a phenomena. And yes, that is always a phenomena what we are observing. So what method will we use? Will it be inductive method? So if we want to analyze and observe events, so involving these methods, we know that we will use the inductive approach always for the qualitative research. We know what is qualitative research and what is the difference between the qualitative and quantitative research. In quantitative, we are always dealing with the numbers. We need numbers. We need tools. We need digital tools. We need a great to make interpretation and to go through our research. We need to use different type of tools, and today we are really lucky that we have a plethora of different digital tools which can help us to come to the conclusion, and that is very important. So what the research and what are the main characteristics of the research? We know this, that we need to have a great, I said already, a plan, and we need to do a systematic approach. So making this, and it always need to be logical involving the methods. So real time, what is for us always the biggest problem for us always are the datas. We need data just in time, but we cannot get that data just in time. So that can be sometimes a big problem, because this could put we can lose a lot of time collecting the data, and already the data will be old when we collect all the data. So what is the purpose of our research? Why are we researching? So we have these three types: exploratory, descriptive, and explanatory type purpose of the research. So if we want to conduct a group of questions, we will use this exploratory. But today we have this explanatory. I will say that if we want to understand something very very specific, and if there are different changes, specific changes doing through this process when you are starting to do so, before conclusion, we know that we can sometimes have sometimes have a problem, and that we need to repeat the whole process. Descriptive way is always focusing on current issues. What are the current issues? What are the current issues? And I say the current issues are collecting our data. So we need always to involve this describing. The studies need to be explained, and always we need to validate that. And if we don't if we don't bring a contribution, our contribution to the society, or to the researchers, to the science, to technology, we didn't do nothing. Here, very simple explanation is that we have this difference: unstructured, structured, and highly structured. So, what will you use? What will you use? What are you conducting? You see, we are here at exploratory and descriptive. There are no hypotheses. Why? Because here there is not involved inferential statistics, and only in the explanatory we will make the hypothesis, and we will use the hypothesis. uh, Now, always remember this. This is a frame. This is a frame. This is something like when we are anything we have here, when we make a research, the this research always need to be, and the data needs to be valid, accurate, reliable, and timely. Why valid? Because if they are not logical, they are not valid, accurate. We need to miss the errors which can be there required. We need to produce reliable, because we are not the only person who maybe are now doing this research. There are other peoples who are also researching the same thing. Especially today, we see so many authors today are involved in the high technology, in the machine learning, in artificial intelligence, especially. We know what for us is the most important thing. The most important thing is our health, and so all what is happening in this field, what has an impact on our health, for us is very important. So that is why it need to be reliable and timely. We need to have a time frame. Sometimes we we cross the deadline, because when we can do this is not only our job. We are doing so many things, so sometimes we cross the deadline, but we need to know how to meet all that challenges. So don't be frustrated, don't be pessimist if you go through the deadline. I know that sometimes you need 1 year, 2 year, but after publishing, after accepting in a high indexed journal, then you are again very satisfied. So, what are the research methods? I already say we have qualitative and quantitative research. The main types also are the my research, other types, descriptive, longitudinal. So we are dividing, we are doing that. It again depends about our topic, our problems, what we are researching. So in generally, always I will repeat again that the quantitative is dealing with the numbers. We have numbers, and here is the main difference. Here is the main difference, and the difference is always in the objectives, in the type of questions what we are asking. Using We know that we have different instruments for collecting, so this is also a difference. The same types and some same data collecting for qualitative research and for the quantitative are not the same. So we can maybe I like the case studies. I like the mix when we are doing and when we are combining the both. And also, what is the degree of flexibility? We can say that this qualitative research is more flexibility because you are conducting literature, you are reading, you have maybe a different you are a different way managing the time you will do for your work. So qualitative always start with what or how, and quantitative is how, what, and why. Here we have this why. This why is we always need to ask why we are doing this. Why? What is the reason? What will be our output? If we have the inputs, we need to have a output. So we need to always identify the main arguments. And here at quantitative research, we always have variables. We have variables and what will be our dependent and independent variables. So this question we will get the answer if we go through different types, like in regression. In regression, we have many after correlation always comes regression, and in regression we need to have independent and dependent variables. So it depends again what will we choose and what will we do. Then what are the sub questions and what type of questions what we will use. Tool is not the same thing like a technique. Tool is a device. A technique is always a way how we will care a task. So tools and data always are important in the collection of our data. And here again, we have the three main characteristics of a good research tool. For us, what is a good research tool? For us, a good research tool again, it needs to be usable, it needs to be user friendly, and again, validity and reliability. So here, the always that we need to make a evaluation. You need to make a evaluation before you start. Then in the time you are working, and again you will make a evaluation at the end. And that is very important when you are selecting tools. And be sure sometimes you will select so many different types of tools. It depends again about your conclusion, about your what is the contribution what you get. Sometimes you are really disappointed, but never be disappointed. That is your work, that is your research. You make it, and you always need to be proud on yourself. If you are proud on yourself, then other will also respect you, other will respect your work. And if you are not if you don't respect yourself, I will repeat, nobody will respect you. And today in our big academic groups, we have so many great science, so many great researchers. But always think on that. You are great. You are great. You are giving your best, and your work is also very highly appreciated. And yes, maybe we cannot make 100. We cannot maybe make 100 like somebody, but maybe your 5 or 10 works are very valuable, relatable, and important for the society, and will bring a lot of changes. So these are the tips. We have tips. I will say here, this is something like a SWOT analysis. We always need to find our strengths, our weaknesses. We have always opportunities, but we always have a treat. And that is also here in our research. So we can implement always this. So always act on the strategy you have. Look always for the information. Try to find the fresh information. Try to find the new information. Make a list. Write. Keep the frequency of your work. Keep the frequency of your work. Don't work today and then work after 1 month. Then you will lost the things. You will forget what you want, and your ideas will not be the same. So before that, choose brainwriting, brainstorming. Give also that is not only for a group, that can be for you. Make your idea, write your idea, because if you don't use that idea for that research or for that, maybe tomorrow you have an answer on another question and you will use it, and it will be for you very, very important. So here the basic steps. Our topic, always make I can say a pre-introduction, and that is this preliminary research. Find the materials, locate them. Don't start with that. Evaluate again, take notes, write your papers, cite your sources properly, take care about the ethics, take care about the professionalism. Always do this perfect. So let us move little here. I say how we call which techniques can we use. So we see here top 6 data collection methods: interviews, questionnaires, observations, documents, focus groups, oral histories. We already know these techniques we will use for a qualitative research, and then we here can make collection for the experiments, for the simulation, for other derivatives. You can make so many derivatives from your work. Let us move here. I'm coming to the tool. I'm coming again to the tool. We use variety tools. We collect them on a different way. So we have this collection. Always remember, it is not the same for the qualitative and for the quantitative research. And we have the basic tools, what we are analyzing. So, so try to have a core set of the tools you will always use in your work. Experiment, try experiment with others, but if you are not sure, go with the techniques you have a habit, that will bring you the best results. So today, statistics and data analysis is always very essential, and this tool is always compiled in the statistics, in business statistics, in econometrics, in everything what is using this. We need different application of digital tools, because today it's very important for us to have all the solutions to make your work. So if you have collaborators, you can use different types. You can use Padlet for your work. If you want to make mind maps, because maybe you have another opinion, your colleague has another, so try to use the different mind maps for the evaluation, different tools. So you see here Padlet, Google Bubble for the mind maps, for evaluation, Google MS Forms, and so many different for making posters, infographics, Canva, Pictochart. If you want to write a newspaper, if you want to have your own newspaper today, you want to have your journal. So you need to be very friendly with this if you have your journal. So you can making your web page using Weebly, Wix, WordPress, Promoting digital marketing today is very important. Promoting your work on the Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere where you can promote yourself. Making animations can be very interesting using Powtoon or recording like we today on the YouTube. If you want to make a good newsletter of your work, you can use MailChimp campaign, MailChimp. So different things. So today, everything you need to be multidisciplinary. You need to be multidisciplinary. If you have an idea, you need to bring your idea to the realization. And only if you are covering all this, starting from writing to publishing, you need to have this knowledge. So we have different digital tools for creating infographics today. This visualization is very important for us. Uh, Unfortunately, many of them are a paid version, but when you see that they are very useless for you, you will also pay them. And maybe investing in the digital tools is better than investing in something other. So here, infographics in statistics, we get so many answers by the infographics. We get so many quizzes. If we want to see what quality of the life is in Europe, if we want to test our knowledge, especially when we want to work with our students, we want them always to be very motivated, to be inspirative, so they can get inspiration from this infographics. So let us come to the main topic today. The main topic is Microsoft Excel. You will maybe say, why Microsoft Excel? Today there's so many functions, and yes, that is a spreadsheet program, and you can use it, you can record, you can analyze so many data, even they are statistical, numerical. Excel provides you calculation, pivot tables, graph tools, and it is very compatible. We know that we have them on our mobile, on the macOS, any Android, everything iOS is supporting this spreadsheet program. So we need to know and understand what the Excel spreadsheet consists. She always consists columns, rows. So we will go through this. So there always is address, what we need to register on this address, a number of the ways how we can buy them. Uh, Today it is coming in the version of Microsoft Office, and I will say again, Microsoft Office 365 also have, but for us there still are not all the functions which we can do with the simple MS Office. So the three most important components of Excel are cell. We need to have cell, workbook, and the worksheet. What is a cell? Cell is the smallest part, but it is very powerful. We say very powerful part is, so we can enter our data, we can copy them, we can pause them, we can text them, we can number them, we can always identify the cell address, so we will always know what is our column, what is our row. So cell are most powerful part of the spreadsheet program Excel. What is, pardon, what is a worksheet? Worksheet, we know that always continue so many values, formula, text. So that is also a workbook. It is a workbook, and it has invisible, draw lower, whole charts, images, diagrams. we can store the charts, we can display them, we can and it is very simple. Just click on the tab. Just click on the tab. Here we see what we have. We have our address bar here for the formula. Uh, it is like the word. We have file, home, insert, page load, formulas, data, review, view, developer, add in. This part, when I say add in, it is really magical. Add in is magical for MS Excel because everything what you will do for research using statistical data, you first need to have an option add in. In the option add in, you have versions MBA, VBA. You need to activate that options if you want to go in a deeper statistical analysis. So here we know what is row, or what is this worksheet, what is column. We need to write the formulas, how to handle, and when the cell is active. The cell is active when we are positive, if we have a position in the cell. What are the Excel functions? Excel have numerous different functions. So, statistical functions, text functions, time functions, sum product, mode product, data functions, financial functions, information. You know, there's so many big gigants of the using Excel, using data, using the pivot tables for their business, for working with them, or this SUMIF, ABS, and different functions. All these functions today are very useful for you. Then we have the base, we have basics, and we have the advanced Excel. So going through, first you need to know the basic and then go to the advanced type. So Excel formulas, pivot tables, Excel functions, Power Query for accountants, benefits, so many benefits. This is the VBA in Excel that I say, putting the options add in, and so many Excel skills. Today, more than 200 plus formulas, 200 tips and tricks for pivot tables, so many Excel functions, but we have the 10 most important. Query that you can transform, query that you can ask, skills to master this, and to make programming in the Excel. You know, when you want to code something, when you are starting coding, and when you want to first to put your data in the table, you need to make coding, especially when we are talking about the characteristic, the future of gender in man and woman. You need to first to code the data. Like example, if you are going to the SPSS, to Stata, to eViews, to different types of tools, you need to know coding and you need to code your data. But uh, here in Excel, it is very easy to put, when you collect your data, to put your data and to make different type of analysis. These are the benefits. We can store our data, we can perform calculations, we can make charts, make visualizations, print, use different templates, clean data, transform data, store data. Also, we can work online. There is different types of online. We have also the shortcuts during the time. When you learn the shortcuts, you are doing this very fast. You save a lot. You save a lot on the time, and you can manage your time much better when you know the shortcut case. Here, like a educator, like a researcher, we publish so many books, so many handbooks. This is one. This is one where my professor and me write. It is called Business Statistics with examples in Microsoft Excel. We still have only a Croatia version, but I'm working on the English version. So I hope till September it will be finished and it will be available for buy, because uh, today uh, I will repeat again. This is not only business statistics is not only for the educators. It is today for all the citizens, for everybody to understand the meaning, the meaning of many different values, problems. Me. My first university was in the field of engineering. I finished the mechanical engineering and informatics. When I finished my university, I really didn't understand the economy. I didn't know the difference between the macro and micro. For me, that was the same. Then, in the meantime, I go to the economy. I finished that, and I specialized this parts, this statistics and other subject, because I will say this is for you. You have today so many professional requirements, and you can use MS Excel, and it can give you so many answers, and you can reconduct your business by using this Excel. So these books now, we make it for the students. It has 10 parts. It is really based on our experience doing the classes, making colloquiums, exams. So we try to cover the basic statistical terms, procedures, analysis for our students, because I would say without which even a newspaper cannot be read today. You cannot read newspapers and others. We always are updating the data with the new. So when new Excel comes out, we again update our databases, update our system, and uh, it is really, I can say that book is really excellent sold in my country, and also in the countries of Balkan, where the language is similar. So our next step is, and it already is doing, is making this on the English version, so it will be available on the global level. Also working a lot for the school books, for the books in the schools, in the high schools, making handbooks, formulas, digital materials. Every book has a digital ad with digital examples. Everything is explained in details. So I'll come to here. In Europe, we have an online database called Eurostat. From the Eurostat, we are choosing the data if we are doing our research, if we need to make a research on the European level. In Croatia, we have a Croatian Bureau of Statistics where we are covering all the data in my country. It is really updated, very. It is going very fast. So I can say that we have the fresh, really fresh data. Before we start with Excel, we need to know the main statistical concepts. We need to understand the numerical indicators. Uh, what is the division of statistics, what it means, how we define. There are so many different definitions, but I will say that statistic is scientific discipline which uses specific methods and techniques to investigate a phenomena, again, a mass phenomena, analyzing the numerical indicators, analyzing all the numerical indicators, going like we have that we have descriptive statistics, and we have inferential, the inductive statistics. They are main, but we have the differences. The differences again are in the activities which we need to do. So that activities are, like example, in descriptive, and descriptive is used in the business statistic, not the inferential. Inferential statistic is apart. We need to set the samples. I say we need to have the samples. We need to generalize the conclusion. We need to have the hypothesis. We need to know all the different characteristics about the sample. But in the descriptive, we can make a tabulation, presentation, a graphical, analyzing our data, doing everything. So now we know that tomorrow, no, yes, it is a World Population Day. So very quickly we see what's happening with our population because we can make different predictions. Use it. So let us go to one example. Let us be students. This is one very simple example. So I want to show what we can do. We collected the data. We make a test, second test of the subject statistics for the students of economics. In we choose 3 Dalmatia cities in the school year. So we have 236 students. We make a database and we want to calculate the arithmetic mean, mode, median, quartiles, 10 and 90 percentile. How can we calculate? How can we make the explanations? We can do it using MS Excel. So this is a solution to example 1. For arithmetic mean, I said we have statistical functions. We have statistical function for getting arithmetic mean is called average. So we go to the insert function. We choose select a function box, and then we we write average. We write average when we select the function. We click on the help button and the function and OK. So we have two ways. We have different ways. So in the time working more, you always find the fastest way. You don't need to select all data. You can choose rows, only the first row, the last row. It depends what you want to calculate. So this is one way. In the insert function dialog, you click the select the function box and you write average. Click help and the function OK. You see here, this is that insert function. So you have here a question, type a brief description of what you want to add and click go. So you in the part of go, you choose average because average is for the arithmetic mean. When you choose average, you click OK. Then you go to the function arguments. You select your row. You select, and it is going through the row B2 to B237. Why B237? I said we have a sample of 236 students. You see, function arguments already give you the answer, and the answer is 1241. When we give this, when we select, we click on the button OK. So this is insert function and function arguments. In the function arguments dialog box, we need to enter the data. So in the enter, I show this now. I will come back. You see, in this dialog function argument, we need to write the number. We took it from B2 to B237, and then we click OK. We get the arithmetic mean is 1241. And it is, we can choose the decimal places. It is always better to use only two decimal places. And we make it, we have the reduction icon, and we choose it, and we only click if we want to increase this type of number. But for us, I always say, for us the number doesn't mean nothing. 12 apples, 12 trees. But if I want to say about the arithmetic mean, I get 1241. I need to say that interpretation is important. The average number of points achieved on the second test from the subject statistics of students of the school economics in 3 Dalmatia cities in school year is 13 points. 1241 points is more than 12. So we go to the 13. Why we, in the statistical definition, we need to have all. Geographical future, we need to know the time. Three main parts need always be defined. If we miss one, if we miss, like example, date, we have here year 2022, 2023. But if I didn't mention the year, my interpretation is not correct. It is not correct. And the students also know that if they miss something, they don't get the points for the answer. Then this is another way. We come in MS Excel and we ungroup the data and only use the function average data range. We write equation average, open the squares, write data range, close the squares, and click again, press the enter button, and we get the same result. So you see, you can go on different ways. For maybe for some, this writing average is more faster, but till you learn, and it is very interesting to use the different options what you have. We come to the second mode. Like example, what is the meaning of mode? Today I'm looking at my screen and I want to know what is the mode of my screen. I have here different types of the colors. I have rose, I have violet, I have green. So what will be the mode of the color of my screen? I can say that the most biggest part of the color of my screen is this rose color. So the mode for the color of my screen is rose. And we can do that on the same way, but we have a different option. We write mode data range. This is a different statistical function, and again we press enter, and again we give our interpretation, and we can say this. You see, the most common number of points achieved on the second test is 16 points. The biggest number of students have 16 points from the test. That is the same I say. The most the color which is most visible on my screen is rose because it cover almost the whole screen. That is the most common color. Median. What is median? Median is here. We always say 50%, 50-50, 1-1, 2-2, 0-0. This median is dividing our things on the two parts. So when we want to calculate and when we want to get the median of ungrouped, you see, I'm talking now about ungrouped numerical data. But to get a calculation of median with the grouped numerical data is different. So here we achieve this. When we put the statistical function median and press enter, we get it 14 points. So that means that 50%, the first, we always say first 50% and the last 50% of students. So first 50%, if we have 267, we can use it in number, but we will say the first 50 has 14 points or less, and the other 50% of students, 118, scored more than 14 points. So points or less and points or more. Then we can make the quartiles. Quartile, we have the first lower quartile, we have the second quartile, we have the third quartile. And these are the statistical functions for getting the quartiles. Quartiles, that data range, and we write number 1. Why number 1? Because number 1, we want to calculate the first or lower quartile. If we want to calculate the second, we will write 2. And if we want to calculate the third, higher quartile, we will write 3. So you see here, this is for the third upper quartile, data range 3. And also we need to know the interpretations. So here we see what is the ratio, 75%, 25%, or 3,1. 3,1, 3 is 75%, and 1 is 25%. So here again, the interpretation is similar, but we are using different ratio. So first 75% has 70 points or less, and the remaining and the other part has 17 and more. So this is really interesting. To learn all the statistical functions, we need so many sessions. We need a lot of time because for one session, one lecture, one session. So I want to motivate you to try to start using MS Excel, because it really has so many options, so many very valuable options to you and to your students for not only for the university, for the high school, for different things in your life what you need. Then we can make, if we want to make tables, we can do this pivot tables. We can analyze data in the worksheets, and always from the pivot tables, there's so many leaders, so many managers are bringing their business decisions. You see, a pivot table is a data summarization tool table. This is how it look. You come here and you click on the insert mode, insert pivot table. Then you need to choose the field. So here you are alone defining all there. You need to know how to define them. When you define all your variables, you have your data, you choose from the pivot table field. You are making filtration. You will put here, you click on the mouse, and then you bring the things here in the filter, in the column, in the row, in the values. What it means, values. Here in values, you have different, again, options. You can sum something. If you want to sum something, you write sum. If you want to make counting, you will write count. You will use formula for count. Then, if you want to make an average, you will write average. So this pivot table can bring you different types of solutions, and you, like a businessman, you like a professor, you like a student, can choose the best option you will get from this pivot table. And you will see, maybe if you are running some type if you are doing this for the accounting, you will see, are you in debt? Are you in debt? Do you have a sufficit or a deficit? So many different solutions. Then I already say, and we go through these examples, we can make this descriptive statistics. We can get 16 different descriptive statistics: the mean, mode, median, and range. What is range? Range is the difference between the minimum of the variables and the maximum of the variables. Then variance. What is variance? Variance and standard deviation. One is one we here have only one skewness, asymmetry, variance, kurtosis, skewness. You want to see how is looking your mode. You have a graph. What is bigger, mean, mode, median? So you are counting, you are trying to find the minimum, the maximum of your data. This is really fantastic. This is really fantastic. And I uh, here you difference between variance and standard deviation is only in the square root. We know what is a square root, and one is the square root and another is the double average difference between the variables. Here it is also very simple. In the Excel, you need to activate, as I said at the beginning, the VBA in add-ins, and then you get this option, data analysis. Here in this option of data analysis, you have a numerous different functions: ANOVA, correlation, covariance, exponential smoothing, histogram. We know what is histogram. And then here we again we when we choose, like example, descriptive statistics, we click OK. Then this frame is opening. The frame is opening. We are ranging where we are putting the input range, and you see output range. What is here output range? Here you can click in the cell where you want to see your data. When output range is where click in the cell where you want to see your data. And you know what is also great? When you can click here, you have an option, summary statistics. In one click you get all the results. You see, I show how can we go by individual, how can we calculate. But here in the data analysis option, we have summarize all the statistics. In one click we get a table with all these values, with all the values of this descriptive statistics. Then it can show you a graphic design. You can click and say, I want this graphic, I want this histogram, show me that. So using it for the ANOVA. We know what is ANOVA. ANOVA is always using if we want to check two or more group which are very different significantly. So different significantly from each other. It will analyze it simultaneously. So it is great. You can use ANOVA if you want. Like example, in the field of transportation, or you want to analyze the traffic of 3 different cities and find out which one is the more efficient in handling the traffic. Then you can, by this ANOVA, see which one is more efficient in handling the traffic. Here are the options. It is looking on this way. Again, Always you need to have data, put input range. You can group. You want, it depends about you. Do you want to group it in the columns, in the rows? Do you want to show the labels? Also, you can click on show the labels, and then you will see the title. You get again time, you save your time because you don't need to write the title of your label. Then it asks you again output range. That means where do you want to see your results, and then you click in that cell where you want to see the results. So we can do it for the single factor, for the two factor, for without replication and with replication. We can use a statistical analysis for moving average. What is moving average? If we want to, this is great. If you are investing today in stocks, in bonds, in crypto wallets, so you can use this moving average. It can be a stop price, like a technical indicator can help you. You can have all the results, the move average for the 10 days period of predicting. You can predict the estimate price on the stocks, on the trade of the stocks. Even also if you are planning a vacation, going on the holiday, and you want to know the temperature, so you can calculate also the temperature, take the average of the last few weeks, and you will see it for the last few months. Then using Excel for getting the rank and percentile. What is the percentile? It is a percentage that will give you the proportion. Always make a calculation. You can rank it. Like example, what it means. You are running a business of some products, and you want to find out what product is contributing to your higher revenue. So you can use this rank method in Excel. You want to know which one will give you the biggest revenue. And today for us, you see how many useful it is. So you can go in the business with the stocks, with the bonds. You can, if you are making some products, selling some products, buying. So that is why I say this is really simple, useful in all the fields of our life. Here are the percentiles, here are the summary table, here are the products. We get the result. If we get 7, we know that it can be the top 50% of the data. Then for the regression, it is for us very important. We know that after correlation, if we see how is the link between our variables, is it strong, middle strong, or low? Is it positive, negative? So regression is coming after correlation. We want to have a math equation of our model. We are coming now to the model, and from this, when we click on the data analysis regression will give us the model. Then the random number generator, it is very easy. You can control so many data. It is generating the data, giving you different series of the random numbers. This is the process. We can have math trig, random, function arguments. The function run between always will make an integration of the number. You can return, you can come back, you can try again. So it will always be, you need to know the rules. It will be always less than 1 and greater and equal 0. Sampling is also very important. If we are preferring the tools, we will use Excel for our statistical data. Like example, we want a sample from a huge population. Now, when we are making for the population, like periodic time, we want to sampling some place, some town, We can get the output, we can sample this, we can reach our data, we can get the random, the number of the samples, and then it is an input rate, and you can always select one or more you need. What is great? What is great? I show this Loom here. Loom is not the only one, but like example, uh, what we do, we can how to. You can always when we are doing something in the Excel, we use like example some tools which will record your work. So recording everything what you are doing and showing on your screen. This was very helpful for us in the time of pandemic, when we were online. So the students, it was the same like they are on the university or in the classroom. We record every part. So next time, maybe at the Institute of Global Professionals, we can choose a specific lecture and go and show how can we also record that in the meantime and see. You see, Loom is really great. Here's the link, but I go through that time. And also for students making research, for example, for the competitions, they get the sample, they get datas, and they get like here. This is one example I choose. ICT in households in Croatia. Or make a statistical survey, present in PowerPoint, and do the research. You see, collect the data from the database. They need to select, they need to bring a best resolution. This is on Croatian, but I only want to show how we need to have the aims, the hypothesis, the question of the research, the methodology of the work. We are now here making analysis for our hypothesis. We have here three hypotheses. There's a big difference in the percent of using internet, and it depends about the age, it depends about the education, it depends about the working status. So this hypothesis was not accepted. We get the results and we didn't accept the hypothesis. Then here, hypothesis again isn't accepted, but this only third hypothesis is accepted. There is a significant difference in the percent of buying, internet buying at the individuals. So yes, we all now are going and buying by the internet. uh, so this the knowledge, good knowledge, inspiration, motivation at students, at us, always can bring and great results. We get our award from the from the society. We go then to Europe, we get the medal. So me and them very satisfied, motivated for doing new. And instead of conclusion today, I want to say this quote. This quote is really true. Statistical way of thinking one day for the daily life of the citizens will become equally indispensable as knowledge of reading and writing. Think about this. Think about this, my dear audience, today. I hope that today this was useful. It is a huge, there's a huge part of this. I try to choose a part to and cover more things through this. So I hope today, I want to thank you for your attention, for being with me, and thank you so much, the Institute of Global Professionals, for giving me this opportunity again. And I'm really proud to be here I'm really proud to be on this platform and proud to be a change maker and to contribute to the education. Thank you, our great founder, for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for
Thank
our
you.
question answer session. Welcome, ma'am, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will be back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, ma'am. Welcome back to our participant. Ma'am, our first question is from Lieutenant. Hi, Madam Nanda. What is it's important to let the level of the dilute in the column lower to the level of the sand before applying the solution of the compound to be separated. What effect would this have an efficient of the separation?
Okay, let me read again. Why it is important to let the level of eluent in the column lower to the level of the sand before applying the solution of the compound to be separated? What effect will this have on the efficiency of this separation? But when we talk about this separation and applying this solution of the compound to be separated, uh, it will not have a big effect on the efficiency of the separation, but it will separate. But I don't know what is the application for this when you want to eluent that to the sand. What concretely you mean with this, dear Leutrim? The trim, we can go through this, but I didn't really now. I don't know what you want. Why do you need this separation for?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, our next question is from Rai. In what innovative way can MS Excel be leveraged to enhance the research process across various disciplines, taking into consideration its limitation and potential for customizations?
I think that MS Excel don't have so many limitations. I can say more benefits it have, and we can choose it. You see, when I talk about I touch so many different fields, the financing, so the field of agriculture, transport, logistic. So it don't depend any field. We can do for any field this type of researches, this type of analysis. But sometimes I always use different. I will not only use Excel for my research. I also we need to use SPSS, Stata, View, different times. But across these various disciplines, there are not a lot limitations. We can use every option that Excel have, and it really has so much. You see, prediction, sampling, and many on a very easy way. So I say it depends what are you researching, what are you doing, for what it do. Different function we have.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, there is no more questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in
Thank you.
IGP. We have learned a
Dear
lot.
Lekrim, where is my friend Lekrim? Listen, we will talk about your question more. Mm.
Ma'am, if the answer is finished,
Yes, it's okay. I tell it to Bracha. I know him, so we will talk about that question more. I want to know why it is important for him. Yes, thank you.
okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Honorable ma'am, before we move to the next webinar certification process, if you want to leave this studio, you can.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, ma'am. Take care.
You too.
Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker stand for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker stand for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certification process. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure you are present on our website. Find a learning session and get to enroll. After watching completing part 1, click mark as complete. Move to the next, which is the learning test passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed, to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure you are present on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching complete part 1, click mark as complete. Move to the next, which is the learning test passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed, to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP Knowledge Seekers, time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. For some technical problem, we cannot continue our quiz session from our website. So, to join the quiz session, you have to go www.slider.com, and today our quiz code is 344517. I repeat the code 344517. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. With 27 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. Our first question is, in MS Excel, calculation can be performed using option 1, mental calculation, option 2, predefined formula embedded in software. Option 2 is the right answer. 96% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Evelyn is holding the first position. Our next question is, rows and level using alphabet in MS Word. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 2 is the right answer, and 50% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Rose is holding the first position. Our third question is, where are we using name box in MS Excel? Option 1 to identify row, option 2 to identify cell name. Option 2 is the right answer. 99% people are right here. In the leaderboard, user is holding the first position. Our fifth question is, in MS Excel, mathematical equations are equally calculated using this. Option 1, bedmas. Option 2, formulas.
হ্যালো ভিউয়ার্স, আসসালামু আলাইকুম। এজনের জন্য অর্ডার করলাম এই তুলনাটা জাস্ট প্রসেস থেকে। তো এই তুলনায় এজন ফার্স্ট টাইম করবে, কিন্তু তার আগে এজনকে শাওয়ার নিতে হবে। অনেক বেশি তুলনা পছন্দ করে, তারপর বুঝছিলাম শাওয়ার নাও প্রপার।
Option 2 is the right answer, and 100% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Heroes is holding the first position. Our fifth question is, in extent multiply, what function is using in MS Excel? Option 1, equal, product. Option 2, equal sum.
করা আপনাদের যাদের বেবি হেয়ার হয় না তাদের ঘন করার জন্য নাকি আর কি বেবি হেয়ার অয়েল করতে পারে এবং এটা হচ্ছে বেবিদের শুধু দিয়ে রাখতে হবে এবং 5 ঘন্টা বেশি এটা রাখা হচ্ছে না আর 5 ঘন্টা করার পর আধা ঘন্টা পর আমি ওয়াশ করে দেবো আর 1 মাস বয়স থেকে
Option 2 is the right answer. 76% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Heroes is holding the first position. Our sixth question is, in MS Excel, cell can be clubbed together using dash feature. Option 1, insert. Option 2, merge. Option 2 is the right answer, and 93% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Heroes is holding the first position. Our seventh question is, in MS Excel bar chart, maybe insert using dash menu. Option 1, insert by. Option 2, insert bar. Option 2 is the right answer. 79% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Flamy is holding the first question. Our eighth question is, in MS Excel comment can be added to cells using option 1, edit comment. Option 2, insert comment. Option 2 is the right answer. 88% people are right here. In the leaderboard, US is holding the first question. Our ninth question is, name of our RP in data analysis using MS Excel. Option 1, Judil Alomia. Option 2, Zedal Alomia. Option 2 is the right answer, and 62% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Tabassum is holding the first question. Our last and final question of the afternoon session is, what is the best way to calculate MS Excel using? Option 1, using cell range. Option 2, using values. Option 1 is the right answer, and 66% people are right here. So congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professionals. At the end of our session, we can say properly fitted skill never stop learning cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to a whole lot of people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end like button, once again, thank you so much for your active participation. Thank you.